Well, hello to everybody on the internet, and very welcome to the things I do in EVE Online. And this will be, in fact, just a showcase of things that I'm doing in EVE Online, guys. And this is not really a tutorial on how to play the game, for example, because there is other ways to go about things and get things done in EVE Online. But this is the way I'm doing it, and I do predominantly do PvE, and I dwell exclusively in Hi-sec, so it will be from my own perspective. You know, there is other ventures in EVE Online, and I do play solo as well, so bear that in mind. And I like to kind of believe that some of the things that I will showcase are more of a convenience than the best way to go about it, if you will. You know, less clicks to get things done. In my books it's better because allow me to kind of get things done and out of the way in half an hour or an hour. I have to log in EVE Online a day. Usually, you know, I don't really have a lot of time to spend in EVE. As you can see, I have spent a lot of time playing Darkest Dungeon 2 lately, if you have visited my channel before this. But if you're a brand new player to EVE Online, I will leave a link in description below. You can claim 1 million skill points, and I have done so on my first character here. Now, I had a helper in creating this character. My daughter did help me make this character, so I'm supposed to make one of my own, and she's gonna make one of her own. She's only 6 years old, so I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with all of that. But as you can see, I have a main character, and she is being training for a while, and she is a Kaldari character. You know, she's maybe training for a week now, and she is a Kaldari character that I brought back to Amarr. And this episode will be all about the importance of origin in EVE Online, because that's one of the two things that you cannot change on your character. The origin, and the other one is the name. So yeah, and if you're brand new to EVE Online and if you don't know what EVE Online is, maybe this screen is kind of giving you a hint. It's all about capsuleers and spaceships. And if you play EVE Online for a bit or for some time, you're gonna realize that the internet spaceship is a serious business. But let's jump into the character creation and see how that goes. Once you press the button, you're greeted with this screen, and this will give you just a little description at the bottom about the empire, or at least one of the empires that you can choose from. There is 4 in EVE Online, as you can see, and there is some pirate factions, but you cannot create a character with the pirate factions, for example. As you can see down here, you have select Amarr origin, and there is 3 origins per empire, if you will. But on the first tab you can see kind of the ships and the aesthetics of the ships. On the second tab here you can see the weapon types that they are using, what kind of tank do they have, and on the third tab you can read a little bit about the empire and the main pirate enemy, if you will, and the main empire enemy. Now, there is a faction warfare in EVE Online as well, guys. You can fly and fight the other factions or the other empires, and they go in pairs. So Kaldari and Amarr will be friendly, while Amarr will be fighting the Minmatar, and Kaldari will be fighting the Galante in the faction warfare. So yep, but you are not locked into anything else apart from enlisting into the militia, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how it's called. So once you enlist your character in the militia, you can still fly whatever ship you want and so on and so forth. You don't really have to commit to flying, let's say, a Galante ship while you are in the Galante militia, faction militia. And that's about it. But again, your origin will dictate how your characters look like, generally speaking. And I know that I want to fly Amarr ships and dwell in Amarr space, so I'm going to create an Amarr character. Now, you can create whichever character you want based on the looks, As you can see, you can tell the difference already, you know, just by tabbing on the top here and picking the different empires. And please take your time and choose something that you like, because you're gonna have to stare at your portrait for a very long time. I mean, if it's a game that you play for years, not for days or weeks or months kind of thing. And it can be a very chill out kind of experience if you make it so. But then you can do quite a lot of PvP, you know, there is plenty of PvP going around here, and yep, that's the main focus of the game, I would say. But yep, everything that you're gonna use and in the game is produced by players. 90% of the things, very few things are seeded by the NPCs, if you will, in the game. So bear that in mind, you know. The conflicts do have a significant role in the economy, if you will. So it's a very interesting game from that perspective. There is always something to do, you know. You can even play a completely pacifist, if you will. You can just trade the markets and do some explorations, and you never need to shoot anybody or anything, if you will, you know. It's up to you. You can make decisions. If you want to role play, yeah, read the descriptions. It will give you an idea what kind of character you can role play by choosing the different empires, but you can also defect. It's not a big deal, I would say, at the end of the day. And if you cannot find a community that you're looking for, you can always start your own, you know. There is corporations in Info Online that you can join, or you can create your own as well. So you can kind of do your own things. Now let's jump into Amarr, and I'll select the Amarr origin here. So as you can see, you have 3 of them. You can still go back. You don't really have to commit. As you can see, you can go back to technology and stuff, and then select a Galant origin, for example. And you can see the difference here. You can just tap up here into, let's say, min matter or whatever you want, and you can still see the difference between the characters. So take your time, guys. Pick something that you like or you're gonna enjoy. Now I already have a Kaldari character, and it's not a problem. You know, you can cross train and fly Amarr ships with a Kaldari character again. It's no bother. Cross train the weapons too, and bonus kind of skills that you're getting at the start of the game. You can cross train the skills, let's say, in a day or two, but I feel that most of even my Kaldari character, you know, most of the skills were the free skills were in turrets. So, for example, Amarr will be using lasers, and those will transfer. You know, you can use, technically the turrets will use the same support skills. They're under gunnery in the game, for example, and the support skills will affect all the turrets. And then you have specialization for the size of the turrets. There is 4 sizes of weapons, if you will, like be it missiles or turrets or railguns or lasers. It doesn't matter how you're gonna call them. They have specialization per size. For example, small lasers will have a small pulse or small beam specialization as well. You have platforms who will allow you to kind of put short range weapons or long range weapons. You can change ammunition to kind of change the effectiveness of your weapons as well, or the distance of the effectiveness of the weapons. Yep, I'm gonna go with Amarr, and I feel like I should pick the Amarr guy, but I'm not really sure at this point. I'm wondering, you know. I might go with Kanit as well, as you can see, but let's go with the Amarr guy. Why not? I mean, it's not a big deal. I like them personally. Let's see what the game will pop up with. I'll just show you the this interface here. You know, this is what you're gonna be greeted with to create your character. Now you can resculpt your character in the game, but you have to pay for it, and I think you can buy it on the market for risk, or you can buy it with cash from the shop. Now if it's bugging out, hopefully it's not gonna crash now. As you can see, I'm stuck. I cannot see my character anymore. So so I don't know, I'll come back when this unbugs. Well guys, I'm back and it looks like this thing is working, and this will kind of let you, the tooltip is letting you know that you can use your pointer to kind of sculpt your character, if you will, and give a different appearance. You can kind of play with it and see what you can make, but you have a history here down, and if you're not very artistic and you don't know what you want to create, you can always kind of use the randomize thing on the top, of your character creation. You can swap your gender too, from male to female, but I'm gonna go with a male character here. It's a quite nice character creation kitty, if you will, It will allow you to kind of make different characters, definitely. So you can take your time and kind of do whatever you want to do, you know what I mean. You can definitely kind of make a unique character, if you will. Not really unique, but to a certain extent, you can play with it. You can go to the extremes, as well, and so on and so forth. But the randomized thing is also very nice, and it can create you some nice characters, and then the randomized appearance will stick in the history, and if you go back, it will revert to the previous character. So yeah, you can play with them for a while. As you can see, I'm now pressing the buttons, and it's recording everything. You can sculpt the whole body, but again, you can resculpt your character. That's an option in the game, while the origin is not. So give me a minute and I'll kind of set my character, and then we'll take it from there. Well guys, I'm back, and that's my new character, the Runaway the Old Goof. And you can also kind of do some body modifications and this and that if you want, really. But again, it's up to you, You have freedom of choice. You can do quite a lot of things with your character. It's not infinite, but you have plenty of options. So this is what I'm going to run with. So I'm gonna just jump into the game, and now you are kind of ask where you want to have your education, and I'm gonna go with the military institute here, the Imperial Academy. You can pick any other. It's not a big deal. It's just the spawning system in a Mars space that will be different. But again, this will kind of direct you also to your career agents, and there is 3 sets of 5 agents. The missions are exactly the same, and you can do all 15 if you want, but generally speaking they are the same, unless you want the standing that you're gonna gain from that and the goodies that the missions are providing. There is absolutely no point to do all 3 of them, all 3 sets, but it's up to you. You can choose to do so. Now you can find the exact location of these agents online on the EVE wiki, probably. That will be the kind of fastest way to find them out, and I will use the opportunity to list them on the screen here as well for Amarr. For example, all the other factions will have the same 3 sets of 5 agents, and they're quite nice, At least they will kind of give you an introduction, a very good introduction to the game and the different things that you can do. I think that's all kind of nowadays under the umbrella of the air career program, if you will, and you can kind of collect points, and they're giving you some rewards and free skill points as well, and there is quite a few free skill points to grab from the air career program, if you will. So I will name my character. This will go into the introduction sequence and the introduction missions. There is 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken. The first one is quite cinematic, and you're gonna just experience a few bits and pieces in the game, and then the second one is more like what you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis in EVE Online. So if you're new to the game, yeah, feel free to go through them. They're very well done, and I might record them and post them online, for somebody who might be interested in kind of taking a look at those 2 missions. But you cannot fail them, so don't worry about it. just go through them, and I'll probably meet you once I reach my career agent station, and we'll take it from there. Now the videos with this gentleman will be focused on just setting up your alts, so you can kind of start farming the daily skill points, and what I believe it's a convenient way to go about it, because you can know there is no point of trying to train all three of your characters in the same time. So while one of your character is training, you can just pop online, let's say for a minute or 2 or 3 a day, even be 5 minutes per character, and you can grab your daily skill points reward. You know, you have to do 2 out of 4 options that you have on a day-to-day basis, and you will be awarded 10,000 skill points each day when you get those 2 things done. It's a nice way to go about it. You know, you will end up amounting to almost 300,000 points a month, if you will. Plus, there is a monthly goal as well, a track that will give you some rewards, and the last one is 75,000 skill points if you are an alpha account, or your account is in alpha state. Or if your account is in alpha state, sorry. And 150,000 plus the 75,000 if you are in omega state. So yes, the omega state does have benefits, but this account will stay in alpha state for a while, if you will. So here comes my name. There we go. I run away with old goof, and I'll see you probably, guys, in my career agent station. It's usually 2 or 3 jumps away from your introduction station, if you will. If you have choose to skip the tutorial, you can go to your agency, and you can find them under agents and missions and career agents, and the game will just list the closest ones, which are 2 jumps away. So I'm gonna set the destination here, and I'll meet you once I reach the station. Again, this video is just to show you how to set up for your daily skill points grind, and I will work with the explorer first. In our case is Katandia Isos, and I have to only do the first 2 missions. This is the first mission. I have to go out in space, and this will keep resetting. The UI will keep launching the event things. Now I have to warp to a site, and if you cannot warp from here, you can always oh no, I cannot. What did I miss? Oh, I have to, sorry, my bad. I'm missing the fact that I need my probe scanner open so I can see the anomaly. There we go. And if you pop that, you know, you can have them separately, because you don't have to always see the how do you call it, the solar map with this together. But if that's the preferred way, so be it. And there is the anomaly combat training site here. You can expand this so you can kind of see the names, and this is a bit hard to see, but you can pull out these panels a bit so you can see the whole information. So we need to warp to anomaly training site. Usually you find combat anomalies and or anomalies around here. I'm not really sure if we have any others. Maybe some of the ice belts, maybe some of the gas sites, but don't quote me on it. So predominantly I'm dealing with the combat anomalies, and I'm not really sure how many other types of anomalies are out there at this point. Now I just need to go and grab the loot from this container, and I'll probably speed this up a little bit so you don't have to watch it in pain. But the second mission will give us a magnet. Now I might need to do the third mission as well to grab the scanner probe and the probe launcher, sorry, and the scanner probes as well, so we can scan down some of those sites so we can get our daily opportunity done. We have, as you can see, 4. We can do 2 of them, no bother. It's probably gonna, if once we have this done, the next time when that pops up, you're probably gonna be done in a minute or 2 with the scanning. If you stay in the party, if you move away from the party, for example, or you know, the system where your career agents are, you can scan down the sites, but it might take a bit longer because you're gonna have less sites to scan. Usually this system will be having a bunch of signatures to kind of scan at any given time for the training, because people are always leveling, or there is people who need them and the game will provide them. First there will be less and they might be harder to scan, and if you don't invest any extra skill points into the exploration, you might not even be able to pinpoint some of those signatures to 100%, you know, and that's the goal. The goal is to kind of do this quick and easy. So this is one way to go about it. There we go. I will have to do the third mission as well. I have to proceed to a cosmic signature training course. I think now I have to only warp to it. Yep, you can warp to the site. If you cannot see this, you can always go to your opportunity window, go on active, press on it, and you will have a, instead of one track, you will have a track here, and it will pop out on your screen there on the left. So it makes your life a bit easier. It will kind of let you know what you're supposed to do once you're in your mission. It will warp you to the site with one click, and it will dock you in one click pretty much, or you can set a destination from here as well if your mission is in a different system, guys. Or you can always use this. You have the encounter and the agent home base, so you just need to right click in space and you will have, you know, a little bit of interaction to do. Now I have to go through this. I might speed it up, or hopefully I will, so we don't have to stare at this screen for too long. Well guys, we are back at the station and there's mission 2 completed, so we're gonna get the Magnite, which is an exploration ship in EVE Online. And we got the goodies as well that we need, so we got a core probe launcher and core scanner probes, a civilian data and relic analyzer, which we don't need. Now I'm going to pop up in the Magnite and I have to give it a name, so I'm gonna go with Peekaboo for now, and I will confirm that. We're gonna get a cinematic probably, or no, because I skipped the training. Sorry, the whatever it was, the introduction mission or the tutorial mission, if you will. It's not doing the reveals for me. Now, this is an interesting problem having with diff. It doesn't matter in which high slot this thing is. I just prefer to be in the third one. I will equip these guys as well. You see that let me kind of swap it. Now I'm going to come here and strip the fitting of this Imperior, and I can just trash it technically after that, and I will have a civilian afterburner. I will have and a Gatling, sorry, civilian miner, and I can put the civilian Gatling pulse laser as well. Now I can come out in the system and just scan the sites, but I can also warp to a field and start mining as well while I'm scanning, guys. If you go right click here, asteroid belt, and you can pick an asteroid belt. You can go to mining and pick a belt on random. It doesn't really matter which one is it. You can drop off your probes before you warp off. You can bring your map out, and this why you want to kind of do this in the party, because as you can see, or your wherever your career program agents are, because the scanner probe size is at 4 AU out here, and you just use both planes to align it with a planet or whatever you can see, or a moon. And you can use this to toggle the view, so you can double click in the empty space and it will change from top view and side view, and you press analyze once it's aligned. Now I'm here in the field and I can approach this asteroid, because I don't have a survey scanner, if you will, to kind of survey the asteroids, and it's not really needed at this point. And we found 2 of them at 100%. As you can see now, if you want to kind of narrow them down, or you have to, you can use the both planes again to align your probe, get the size a bit one step down to 2.
Docking permission requested.
You're gonna lower your probe size, you know, down to 2. And there we go. That's number 3 technically. But if you're a bit lazier, you can just align it to another planet like that, where you have more signatures, and you can just press analyze it for AU, and you'll probably pinpoint another 2 or whatever the number is. Sometimes you're gonna get lucky and you're gonna literally probe 5 of them in one go. As you can see now, I can come here. That will be my 5th probably. As you can see, I'll just have to lower the probe size, and I think that will find it. Now these are designed to be found easily by you with your starting skills, because you have some skills put into the scanning by default, you know, you're getting them by starting the game. And as you can see, that's us done with those guys. Now I have to recover my probes. I don't need to scan anymore, you know, for the purpose of the opportunities. But there is as I told you, the air career program is also tracking things that you are doing and giving you rewards. Just by doing this, we got these rewards as well on the site, and it will keep some of the things will qualify for the program that you are doing, and they will keep filling up the meters. Now the air career program is also giving you SP for filling up the thing on the bottom here. As you keep claiming rewards, this will kind of start making progress, and you're gonna get a bunch of skill points here too. As you can see, you're gonna have 200, 300, 350? Yeah, 350,000 skill points just by filling up this bar. And this can go to any character that you want. And the individual ones for the graduation, for filling up this or getting 750 points in exploration or the explorer career program, you're gonna get the graduation reward. I don't know, yeah, I can open it like that, sorry. You just have to point, and you're gonna get 100 skill points, which will go to this character, and a few skins for different types of ships. All of the ships that are listed here are exploration vessels, so you can kind of have fun and take a look at those ships. It's giving you an idea what you can fly. but we'll touch up later on the skins. Now I'm going to open my cargo hold, and as you can see, while we was doing this, we already mined, let's say, 1100 Velspar. Now this is not the ideal way to go about it. The best way is to kind of work with the Industrialist for 1 or 2 missions, and you're gonna be able to do this much faster as well when you have them. But I don't know, you can even probably equip maybe a core probe launcher on the Venture too. We can try that too later on, but yep, that's about it, guys. Now I'm gonna finish this as it is, and then I'll come back and start working on the Industrialist, so we can get a Venture and get that set up for the mining. And there we go, guys. We mined the ore as well that we needed, so I can stop this and head to the station. And if you're confused how to go about it, usually you're gonna have it in general. You know, your station will be available here. Now if you have more station in your system and you're not really sure where did you warp off from, you can always open your personal assets here. And as you can see, I cannot find them now because this is updating every 5 minutes. So 5 minutes haven't passed, and that's why I cannot see my station. But remember, the personal assets will let you know where you have things, and we have things in the station, if I'm not mistaken. Or did we trash everything? Yeah, we did trash everything, sorry guys. And we did equip everything as well. And yep, that's why I don't have anything actually. But as you play, you're gonna end up having a few things, so it's not a bad idea to leave some things inside the station where you want to come back, just so you can kind of find it very easily from your personal assets. Other way is to open your agency window and go to the career agents. Again, agents and missions, career missions, and or career agents, and it will give you the right docking station. Now there you go. This is kind of updated straight away, but I will inject this skill. This is a social skill. You can read what the skills are doing, but I will not be training it. So yep, I'll just inject this for now. I will leave the Velspar in the station, guys, and I will start working with the Industrialist, the producer. This is the producer technically. You have 2 Industrialists, entrepreneur and producer. So I'll start working with him and finish the next probably 2 missions or so I can get my Venture. Now already we got our reward for today. As you can see, if you go on view all rewards, we can start filling the truck, and we have 31 days to kind of fill up this truck, so we can get the 75,000 skill points. But yeah, the daily goal does expire and resets at server reset. The server will reset every day. For me it's around 12 o'clock in the day at this point, and I think that this month I can definitely collect this rewards, no bother, you know. But I'll talk to you soon when I start working on the Industrialist spot and grab my Venture. If you're wondering how to claim your bonus, you have to go in the rewards up here and claim them, and this will give you the skill points. As you see, you have unused skill points here, unallocated skill points, and they will be in here. Now what I would do with my skill points, you can of course do the air program plan or whatever you want to do with your character, if it's your first character especially. But this is my alt, so I don't really want to do much with it, and I'm going to go from all skills to have prerequisites. So I have some skills here in the drones, but in order to use light combat drones, I need to have a level 1 in light drone operation. I can drag it in here, but I don't have it. As you can see, you can just buy it from here and train it, and it's gonna cost 97,000 ISK. Now we have some ISK by the looks of it. We have 1.5 million so far, but I can press cancel. I can do, you can press this button and buy it this way, and you can check on the market as well. If it's red, you don't have it. So you want to check 97,500 ISK. Now, if I buy it here in the party, it's 75,000 ISK. So I'll buy it here. I will save 20,000 ISK. Now on this small, how do you call it, small skills or early skills, if you will, you're not gonna feel a huge difference in the price. But as the skills are getting more expensive, the differences price can be in millions, no bother. So I know for a fact that the venture will have only two capacity to field only 2 drones, if you will, in the cargo bay, and the bandwidth to let them out as well and can operate them. So I'm just gonna train this to level 2, generally speaking, so I don't have to bring a gun with me. Now you can do it individually just to check how much skill points you need to put into, and I'll put the level 1 at 250. The second one will ask for 1165, and I'll do that too. And now I have spare skill points. Don't rush to drop all your skill points at once, especially on your alts, guys. Once you figure out what you really want to do with them, then you can maybe use your skill points to kind of fine-tune and make the most out of them. But so far so good. I'll talk to you soon, guys, as soon as I start working on the Industrialist. But that will probably be after server restart. Thanks for staying until the end. Please like, comment and subscribe if you have the time for it, and I'll see you next time.